The deepest sleep of the night is before midnight. After this, sleep becomes gradually lighter. Babies sleep in very clearly defined recurring cycles of light sleep, light sleep, and then they wake up. And each of these cycles lasts for about an hour. Usually there's hardly any deep sleep after about 4 a.m, unless of course your baby's been up for half the night. Now this sleep architecture is normal for all of us, but it can be very problematic for babies who just don't yet understand about going back to sleep when it's not getting up time. The early starts do tend to resolve as their overall sleep skills improve and consolidate, but it might take a bit of time, and it will possibly be the last thing to resolve when you're following this settled sleep plan. Here's my advice on how to deal with early waking while it's happening. So first of all, accept that it can be tricky to solve, and lots of little ones really struggle to join the final couple of sleep cycles of the night. So with this in mind, try to go to bed early while they're going through this phase. If you've got a partner, see if you can arrange to give one another at least one lie-in a week. Take an honest look at your baby's sleep overall, and if early waking is part of a general struggle with sleep, you should look at getting bedtime right and your response to their night wakings as well. And this means helping your child to learn how to fall asleep by themselves at the beginning of the night and avoiding developing any unnecessary nighttime rituals such as unneeded feeds or getting into bed with you, things like that. Be aware that little ones have no sense of how long they've been asleep for or how close it is to morning, and they need you to provide the time cues. So introduce some daytime and nighttime signifiers, such as at the start of the night, after their feed and story, the song, etc., you should close the curtains and turn the lights off, keeping the room as dark as possible all night. Get blackout curtains or blinds if you need to. Change your voice to a low and soothing tone and turn on their white noise if you use it. Then in the morning, when it's time to get up for the day, always open their curtains first of all and put the light on if it's dark outside before getting them out of the cot. Change your voice to a bright and cheery tone and turn off the white noise. When your child wakes very early, if they are upset, it's not good to leave them alone to cry. It's just not a nice start to the day for either them or you. It's fine to leave them if they're just awake and chatting, but if they're upset, it's better to go to them and tell them or indicate that it's still sleep time. Keep the room very dark still, and then either remain beside them or pop in and out to them until you reach a reasonable getting up time. And realistically, it could possibly take about 2 hours before they're able to build up enough sleep pressure to go back to sleep. So you will need to be very patient and give them time. And before getting them out of the cot, follow the steps that I mentioned about a bit of a reverse bedtime routine. If you don't manage to get them back to sleep, then make sure that they're not compensating for the early wake up by taking a very early and long daytime nap, because sometimes this can set the early waking in place. So for example, if your 9-month-old wakes at 5 a.m. and wants to nap at 7 a.m, you really need to push that nap later to about 9 or after. And when you first start doing this and your baby can't manage it to 9 or after, you might need to give them a little bit of a cat nap around about 7:30. But remember generally that good napping in the middle of the day and in the afternoon is the thing that helps to avoid early starts, these really killing dawn wakings.